Let's see if this works. So, when I used to work my proper 9 to 5 desk job, it used to involve a lot of sitting at a computer and typing in numbers. Besides the actual engineering part, there would be a lot of calculations and waiting for simulations to finish rendering, a lot of Excel work, a lot of admin work of clocking in, hours, checking in on material, emailing, and keeping managers and clients in the loop. And while I was at my desk, I would listen to a lot of music, a lot of podcasts, a lot of YouTube videos. And I will admit that it was nice. Whenever I saw a new podcast or new show opened up or showed up on my feed, I would get a little excited. I'd be like, ooh, it's nice, something to listen to while I'm working. And this extended even to my long commutes where I would drive an hour back and forth to work. And I would, when I got into my car and I opened up YouTube and I saw that some content creator I liked uploaded a video, I'd be kind of nice. Especially the longer the video, the better. Something to put on the background. But what I found was that this desire or this longing to be distracted would often be not restricted only to work. It would creep into other things in my life. It would creep into me doing the dishes, me walking my dog, me in the bathroom, in the shower, on the loo, in the grocery, wherever I could and wanted, wherever it allowed itself, I allowed my attention to be distracted with something. My headphones, music, a lot of podcasts, a lot of video essays. I wonder why is that? A few weeks ago, I went for this conference or this talk by these people who used to or who do make fake languages for TV shows and movies. So for Game of Thrones, The Witcher, and Dune, they incorporate their linguistic knowledge to come up with fake syntax, words, and grammar for these fictional worlds. And it sparked an interesting conversation about language amongst my peers, where I revealed that, my parents made a executive decision when we were younger to only speak English at home, even though we were immigrants or expats in a new country. I wonder why. Why is that? What are the conditions that made them make that decision? The other day, I was making a joke with one of my friends that, you know, yeah, I am Indian, but in many ways I am not because I don't speak Hindi, I don't speak Malayalam. I often find it hard to connect with people from Kerala or even extended members of my family since I never grew up in the same conditions that they grew up in. I didn't grow up in India. And yeah, it's always felt like there's a disconnect, right? And maybe I could, and this is like exciting stuff or at least interesting stuff for people to hear. Ooh, third culture kid, disconnected from his homeland. What is he? Ooh. And I was joking, or I made the joke that, yeah, I'm just a white person in disguise. Which is curious, because why did I say that? Why was that the default joke that I went for? So why did my mind default to that as the baseline? What is the baseline? Now, given my fascination or just general inquiry into attention, naturally the ideas of meditation and exercises to focus my own attention have become more interesting to me, which then drew me towards my own background and teachings of Hinduism or ancient India, or just my own cultural lexicon or knowledge I had, right? Meditation, yoga, prayer are things that if you're an Indian kid in a Hindu family, you'd probably be maybe not even directly aware of, but you will be growing up around it. So maybe I thought that could be what my topic is about. But if you look into these ideas of meditation and yoga and such, these are charged terms that are somewhat exoticized by the West or by exterior powers. So in that way, it's kind of hard not to talk about colonialism, right? I mean, that's an obvious link. So then my attention drifted onto that, right? I mean, is it right to be talking about attention and such when there's such a much bigger and much more looming issue and topic that needs to be addressed here? CBT aims to help individuals develop a healthier and adaptive way of engaging with the world. I think I've repeated myself a couple of times, just like ChatGPT. Cognitive behavioral therapy is a therapeutic module aimed at exploring and modifying a patient's recurring thought patterns. It focuses on understanding the relationship between thoughts and emotions and how that influences behavior. Thoughts are an automatic response to stimuli, influenced by past events and deeper schema. A schema is a cognitive framework that influences how a patient perceives the world. Schemas are developed early in our lives, often in childhood. By developing an awareness of these thoughts and their patterns, CBT aims to help individuals develop a healthier way of engaging with the world. Vasana is a term from yoga that is used to describe a mental imprint or tendency left behind by a past experience. They echo in your subconscious, repeating themselves, channeling and guiding your current thoughts. Certain forms of yoga and meditation aim to help one recognize their vasanas, recognize the triggers, and observe the thoughts and develop a practice of cognitive reframing. By developing a better relationship with our vasanas, one is able to then reframe and control their own behavior. The end. 6 7 months of yapping. So there's so much I could yap about. I could talk about the productivity of meditation or the utility of it or why different religions focus on this practice of centering your attention and why